Welcome back to Number One Sports. Today in March Madness Episode 5, I'm going to give you a recap of the Sweet 16 games yesterday and a preview of the Elite Eight games tomorrow. Alright, so today's episode is going to be a lot like yesterday's. Basically, I'm going to give you a recap of the Sweet 16 games yesterday and a preview of the Elite Eight games tomorrow. So, the first game yesterday was Michigan State against Ole Miss. Michigan State did win 73-70 after trailing by 2 at halftime. As you can see, Michigan State did outscore Ole Miss in the second half. So, Sean Pedulla from Ole Miss had an impressive 24 points, and Jace Richardson from Michigan State had a close performance to that with 20. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch this game. I was at dinner and I had a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't get to see really what happened. I do know it was a great game though, and I did wish I got to watch it. Alright, so the second game that day was Tennessee against Kentucky. Tennessee won 78-65, even though Kentucky outscored them in the second half. Tennessee dominated the whole first half. I was right. I did not think Kentucky was going to beat Tennessee 3 times in a row, and here we are. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch this game either. Like I said, I was at dinner. Really, the only games I got to watch were Auburn, Michigan, Houston, Purdue. So there were a lot of Tennessee players who had very high scores. All of them under 20, but I think Zakai Ziegler had about 18, and Chaz Lanier and Jordan Gainey got close to that. Lamont Butler also, I believe, he had 18, and unfortunately that wasn't enough for Kentucky to win. This one's great for my bracket. I don't think I have Kentucky going past the Sweet 16, so I was very happy that Tennessee won. Third game that night was Auburn against Michigan. Auburn won 78-65, just like Tennessee over Kentucky. Danny Wolf had 20 points, and then Auburn had a dominating performance with Denver Jones and Tahad Pettiford both having 20, and then Johni Broome having 22 and 16 rebounds. So an amazing double-double for Johni Broome. This was actually a very close game for most of it, and then Auburn went on a run in the second half, and they put Michigan away. I did really think Michigan was going to win this game for quite a while. They were only down by 1 going into the second half, and they came out of the gates very hot. Like I said, Auburn did go on a run, and they kind of shut Michigan down after that. Also, something that I think helped Auburn win is that they out-rebounded Michigan 48-33. Without Johni Broome's 16 rebounds, that would have been a lot closer, and that honestly might have, I don't know if it would have won Michigan the game, but I think it would have made it a lot closer. Now, this was without a doubt my favorite game of the night. The fourth and final game of that night, and the final game in the Sweet 16, was Houston and Purdue. Houston won 62-60, which was also very good for me because I didn't have Purdue going very far in most of my brackets. I clinched to beat them in some, and that didn't work out. So, Milos Uzan had 22 points, which I don't believe is a season high for him. I think he had 23 in one game or something. But he also hit 6 threes, which was a career high for him. I don't think any Purdue players came close to 22. I think one of them had 16, and I think that was the highest they got. So, the refs, obviously it was in Indiana. I think the refs were a little biased. Obviously, it's March Madness, so I think I should have known that they were going to favor Purdue a little bit, but they did turn that around in the second half, and they made a lot better calls. Purdue, they stuck with Houston the whole game. Houston was not hitting threes. They were 9 from 23. It wasn't for Milos Uzan, I guarantee they would have lost this game. Houston won because they were tied at 60 and about 4 seconds left. Milos Uzan threw the ball in to Joseph Tugler, and then they totally forgot about Uzan, threw it right back to him, and he got the easy layup. Then after that, Purdue just had to chug on the ball from half court. There was about 0.8 seconds left. So Houston, there was an impressive win for them. Of course, they didn't play their best game, but I still thought it was an awesome game, and I think they could still win the national championship, even though they had a bit of a shaky performance last game. Now, it is time for me to tell you what to expect in these Elite Eight games tomorrow. The first game at 1:20 is Houston versus Tennessee. If you like watching high-powered offenses, this game's not for you. I'm not saying these teams don't have high-powered offenses, but they have the first and fourth best defenses in the country. So this is going to be a very low-scoring game, and I think it's going to be painful to watch, at least from an offensive standpoint. I do think Houston is going to come out on top. I believe they're like 3-point favorites. I know Tennessee is a great team. They could easily win this. I just think Houston is the better team. But hey, look what happened against Purdue. if Houston is shooting terrible from the 3 like they did against Purdue. And LJ Cryer only had 5 points against Purdue, and he's Houston's leading scorer. So if that happens again, Houston's definitely not going to win this game. I think it can go either way. I just think Houston is the better team, and they will come out on top. And I'm sending Houston to San Antonio. Now, the second game that evening is Auburn against Michigan State. Unfortunately for Michigan State, I don't think they're going to win this one, especially after seeing their performance against Ole Miss. I do think they can still win if they play like they have in some of their best games this season. I haven't paid attention much to Michigan State just because they're in the Big Ten, and I don't really care for any teams over there. Really, the only conferences I paid attention to were the Big 12 and SEC, just because I'm also a Texas A&M fan. But I know they are a good team, and I know they can play to the same potential as Auburn. After Auburn's amazing performance against Michigan, though, if they play like that again, they're going to San Antonio for sure. I do still think that this will be a good game. I just think Auburn is the better team here, especially if Johni Broome has the same performance he did against Michigan. So, unfortunately for Michigan State, I think Auburn is going to win this one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.